Welcome to Heart Expressions with Barbara.
87% of African American owned businesses make less than $50,000 a year.
Greetings and welcome to Heart Expressions with Barbara. And I have as my special guest today, Khristian Joy Alexander. And that joy just stands out as you're full of joy. I just so much enjoy meeting you and talking with you. And we had our own little interview yesterday.
We did.
We had a wonderful conversation. First of all, how does it feel to be Miss Michigan, United States?
It's definitely an honor and a privilege. I can say that many doors and opportunities have opened up because of it. So I'm very grateful. It's definitely been a journey and an experience that I will never trade for nothing.
Wow.
You know, I'm so blessed.
Yeah, what an honor. I just want to jump to one of the things we talked about yesterday, the model, and tell us all about that, because we talked a lot about what your passion is in terms of helping young women to be elegant and wonderful young ladies, and just tell us how you're helping that cause.
All right.
Okay.
Well, as Mrs. Michigan, United States, we have to have a platform. And a lot of women chose platforms like suicide awareness or heart disease. I had no particular association with either one, so I decided to create my own.
Okay.
And so I felt that I prayed about it, and a couple of my business partners and co-workers and good girlfriends, we kind of came up with the acronym or model, which stands for Mentoring Others and Developing Equipped Lives. And God put that on my heart because out of my experience as a young married woman and mother and college student, you know, I really didn't have too much of a role model because I'm originally from Ohio. And my mom was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I came here to Michigan going to U of M. And so at that time, at a young age of 20 years old, you know, having to balance being a mother, a wife, and a student, and a co-worker, you know, employee, that was a lot. And just being able to handle that and have my sanity, you know. But God got me through it, and He sent many women to be spiritual mothers to me. I had to grow up real fast, real quick, and a lot of responsibilities fell in my lap. But so during that time, you know, having to learn how to do cooking, cleaning. You know, you're a college student, and when you're at home, your parents are doing all that work, or you're in college and you're putting things in the microwave and you're not really cooking for yourself. But I quickly had to learn how to cook for my husband and my child. Also laundry, just different things of how to make your house a home, you know. So out of my experience at a young age, I promised myself that I would be able to help take that experience and make it from a negative to a positive and help other young ladies in that same predicament, or those who aren't, but just be able to be an influence to other women and an inspiration.
I know we talked about how God sometimes allows us or permits some things to in our lives so that we can be taught very well, so that we can share with others. Because our women, young women, really need that today. We talked a lot about just not being a good representative of a young lady today.
That's right.
So how do you do all of what you do? Share with our audience some of the things that you do. I think I got a headache yesterday when you were telling me, like, how do you do it?
Yeah, I've done a lot in the short period of time I've been living, but I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and I've always been motivated to do things in the community. I'm just in my blood. My mother was very active in the community, so I definitely get that from her. But you know, just being active, I've always been that leader, you know. So as I've learned to take my leadership skills, it's always been welcome wherever I go. So I've been involved in many organizations, and again, it's all in God's timing and in the right seasons. Some places I'm still with, others I'm not, but I always give back and go back and make sure I'm continuing to stay in touch and network. Right now I'm a member of Detroit Young Professionals, which is an organization to help young professional women and men who are entrepreneurs. So that's DYP. I'm also an advisory board member for Women Who Inspire Network. That's how we met.
That's how we met.
I originally was the vice president a couple years back when it first launched. But again, according to my other commitments, I have scaled back my duties and my roles with the organization. However, I still attend our meetings.
Still do.
And I'm still very involved. I also am the co-founder of EBG, which stands for Empowering Brilliant Generations. Me and my very close friend Michelle Shelton have co-founded that back in 2004, and we've got that going strong to this day. And we both, again, have a heart to help develop wholesome lives in women. So we take both our skill sets and we work together.
That's good.
And we just put on things in the community. So
And what does 2016 looks like for Khristian?
it looks like a lot of opportunities, a lot of networking, and a lot of, I want to say, completion, fulfilling those things that God's told me to do. So I see a lot of things coming to fruition for me.
Good. Very good, very good.
Yes.
And the pageant, talk a little bit about the
Exciting,
upcoming
exciting,
pageant.
exciting.
Yes.
So, as a result of being Mrs. Michigan, I had the opportunity to become an official recruiter for Miss Michigan USA. And that,
Miss Michigan USA.
yes, which is
Okay.
a division
That's
for,
separate from Miss America.
yes,
Okay.
there's Miss America and there's Miss USA.
Okay.
Miss America is the system that involves the talent portion,
Okay.
and Miss USA doesn't.
Okay.
It focuses on public speaking, interviewing skills, swimwear, fashion, and evening gown.
You have to be trim and slim and trim.
It's got to be healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
And
So out of that, I became an official recruiter for the Detroit area. We found out that 75% of the girls who compete for our state title actually come from the Metro Detroit area.
really,
But they're in their local pageants. And my director said, Khristian, there's an opportunity down there for you to really help train these girls so they really look good when they come to the state level. You have a lot of young ladies who come to the state level and really weren't prepared. And so it was my heart and my mission to take advantage of that opportunity and bring training for these young ladies so they look good and they shine on that stage when they get to that state level.
and as we talked about yesterday, it's more than just looking good. It's also from the inside.
It is definitely,
Yeah.
I would say 75% from the inside and 25% outside.
Yes.
Because you got to know who you are. You got to know your goals. You got to know what you're committed to. You have to be able to advocate for an organization. And so you got to have, a platform that you're going to be a spokesperson for. But again, it takes you knowing yourself, knowing your weaknesses and your strengths, and really, being up to that challenge. Because it's a challenge. It is definitely a shock when it's your first time doing it. It's a reality check.
Okay.
But then after that, it becomes a sport, it becomes a competition.
And
It's
then
just,
you learn so much about yourself.
Oh,
and
yes.
where you need
It's
to
definitely
grow.
a journey. It's definitely a self-development process.
Yeah, and it's wholeness as well. It's just not looking at your body, but it's being able to speak well,
It is speaking well,
knowing who you are.
knowing who you are. It's all about nutrition and health and fitness. It's about becoming engaged in the community. Again, it really is challenging. It challenged me. And I said it took me about 4 or 5 years to win that title. But each year, God wanted to show me what areas He wanted me to work on in my life.
And I think He was preparing you for what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. Because if you asked me 5 years ago, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. And God showed me otherwise.
What is your greatest passion? I know you do a lot of things. Some we haven't even talked about. But what is your greatest passion? I know you want to give back and you want to help young women to know who they are, to look good, and not only inside, but it's outside as well.
I would have to say my greatest passion, which is odd enough, is I just love to give. I love to give without expecting anything in return. I give a lot of my time, which my husband will tell you, okay, what are you doing now? Where are you going now? But anytime I can put a smile on someone else's face, that's pleasing to me, and I know it's pleasing to God. So at the end of the day, it's all about whatever God tells me to do, just being obedient to Him.
And He will take the rest.
And He would take the
He will
rest. So,
take the rest.
you know,
and He'll
let
open
Him-
doors that you never even dreamed of.
Right, and He's making me dream. I'm dreaming bigger. Things that I probably would never have thought I'd be doing, I'm doing. But that's out of me having that spirit to hear God's voice, and being able to hear His voice. It's allowed me to be blessed to do many things. So,
And it's giving you favor.
yes,
I just want to talk a little bit about the Miss America pageant and how you got into that versus Miss Michigan and the difference between the two. I know you shared that
Yeah.
with me. And some young ladies might be interested
Yes.
in doing that.
Yes.
And so here you are, and you can get that message out.
all right. So when I actually first found out about the Miss America pageant. I think I was telling you that. As a young lady, I always would watch the shows every year. And Miss America would come on TV, and I pretend I was judging and everything. And at the end of the day, when I went to college and then I got married and had my first child, at that point, there was no hope for competing in a pageant because rules were that you could not have a child and you couldn't be married, from what I thought. And then I had a lady who would come and survey me every year as being a student from U of M, an African-American woman that got a scholarship. She surveyed me every year for 5 years. And then the 5th year, she was like, you know, I'm happy we're done now because now I can really, you know, talk to you more outside of this survey. And she invited me out to watch the Miss Michigan America pageant. And I was like, there's a Mrs. She goes, oh yeah, there's all kinds of divisions. And
I think I said that to you.
This was a Caucasian lady that, you know, for me 7, 8, 9 years ago, you know, for a Caucasian woman to come in a black woman's home saying you're gorgeous, you should do this. She planted a seed in me. You know, when I didn't believe in myself, someone else saw the potential in me. So I was very grateful for that. She just took me under her wing, Julie Jaros, and we went down to Trenton, and I saw my first live pageant. And at that point, it became tangible. It became real. It's like, wow, seeing these women on stage up there, different ages, different ethnicities, sizes, it was inspiring. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this too.
Okay.
So I started in the America system. Didn't win that year. I got humbled real quick. At a stage, an audience full of people, and didn't even place. I tried to play that race card. Oh, they didn't want a black woman to win, and God was like, don't even go there. So I got my judges' scores, and I looked at the reviews and comments, and I said, okay, I got to get more involved in the community. Got to be more versatile. Definitely get more into public speaking. So I began to join Toastmasters, which definitely is a plus. And I'm even partnering with them for my programs with my young ladies. And so the next 2 or 3 years was just all about that journey and developing my life and really seeing the areas that God wanted me to perfect. And then when I was ready, He allowed me to have that title.
You know, and I have to be honest, when you see the pageant, you always think kind of shallow. You know, you're a beautiful girl, blah, blah, but you don't think about the development of what it takes to even win.
Yes.
Because they're looking at all those areas.
And that's where my job is now, is to really help these young girls to develop and see all that is more than just being a pretty face.
Yes.
It is definitely a
growing
process
and knowing who you are and have confidence. And that speaking, of course, Toastmasters, I don't have to give a plug for them. I mean, that's an excellent training ground.
It is. And it was frightening when I first started. You know, I said, well, if I can do a pageant, I can do this. And it's a lot different. It's intense, but it works.
It does work.
It works.
It works.
And they tell you said 10 ums and 5 ahs, and you did this and you did that, and it's like, did I do that? Yes, you did.
Yeah, the first time I was up that you did a so, I said, really?
Yes. You did and you brought your eyes from your head.
It makes you conscious.
Yes.
Of what you're
awareness.
saying.
Yes. And that's why I know for me, it's been a plus, because when you think that you are doing something right and you really aren't, that's when the developing starts to take place.
Because you're judged on public speaking.
Yes.
You know, exuding confidence. And that just doesn't happen overnight.
You're right.
I mean, it's something you grow into.
When I would go and speak to some of the young ladies in some of the schools, and we have assemblies, and I would see the girls kind of slouched in the chairs, and immediately I need you ladies to sit up, chin up, you know, head up. You guys are beautiful. You have to portray that. If you're slumped down, it means you have low self-esteem. You're bored. You don't want to be here. And you should want to be around someone that's going to invest and impart in you some good things that's going to help you. So I always make sure right away that that's one of the first things I do. I look at that audience and I see how the girls looking at them, saying, we're going to start right now. So
because it speaks volume when you sit up.
Yes.
It really does.
Sit up, chin up, all that.
So I guess my point, we want to make sure that people know it's more than a pretty face.
It definitely is.
And the other word I want to just say, that investing in the lives of others. And that's how that's what I see you doing. And after speaking with you, I thought, what a good investment. Because it's rewards.
Yes.
You can see someone that you've walked with and mentored and developed. and they can take those talents or gifts and go everywhere.
I've seen many girls so far that I've mentored and that's come through my program. A couple have gone to do modeling professionally.
Wow.
Some of them are in commercials.
Ooh,
and it's
yay.
all from their start with my pageants.
You know,
And, so I have many parents that are grateful. And one mom said, well, what did y'all do? Because my daughter is listening to me.
Wow, that's awesome.
So today I'm also helping parents out, and moms are like, yeah, I want for mothers. And I said, hey, you know what? I meant to think about that. Let me talk to God, and if He goes into creative pageant for moms, I'm all for it.
But and I think we want our artists to know that it's more than just walking across the stage with a nice body and a pretty face, but it's developing from the inside out.
Definitely from the inside out.
That is awesome, and you're just doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
Thank you, Barbra.
And I'm excited
Me too.
to get to know more about what you're doing and all the
Yeah.
community activities that you're involved in.
So we have a few workshops that are coming up, starting in the end of February. We're going to actually start our poison etiquette training,
Okay.
and then our modeling and runway training for the girls. So our first actual pageant this year will be in May, on May 20th through the 21st.
Okay.
And so I'm giving myself or the girls at least 5 or 6 weeks to prepare.
Okay.
We'll be offering training sessions for them both in Southwood and Detroit. So we're trying to make sure that the locations are spread out so that everyone has a chance to participate and it's not singled to one area.
That's awesome.
That's why it's called Metro Detroit.
That's good.
And from there we'll do our orientation on the Princess Boat,
Okay.
which is different. I want to try to provide different
Something
experiences for the girls. I want to not be out there on the Detroit River and with a beautiful background on the boat doing pictures. It's just awesome. Just getting that experience.
Yeah.
And then our Detroit pageant will be in July.
That is just awesome. Khristian, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank
And
you.
I'm just so happy to meet you. And just it's a blessing that God has given you favor.
Yes.
And that He has set you up. I saw him, and when I was talking to you, I said, boy, He set her up when she first got married. You said you had to learn how to be
sure
a wife,
did.
a godly wife. Had to learn how to be a mother.
Had to be a mother, learn to be a mom, and I called, like I said, I called my mom, but she was 5 hours away. It's just having that person right there with you, and that's again part of what Model, just the nonprofit, what that's going to focus on too. Once I'm done with the pageants, we're going to be doing things to help women learn how to do laundry, learn how the basics of cleaning, cooking. Going around the house and seeing different examples and scenarios of what could happen or what couldn't happen.
Khristian, it's just been a joy. Knowing you, meeting you, and knowing you, and I look forward to just working with you.
Yes, I'm excited.
And, so tell the world what you want them to know about the pageant and how they can get in touch with you.
Well, I have 2 websites, but the main one is Metro Detroit Pageant, which is www.metroits, MetroDetroitPageants.com. And there you can find out all about the program that we offer. You can see our photos from previous winners, previous pageants, learn about our workshops, and see how you can get enrolled. Again, our first orientation will be coming April 16th, and it will be at Oakland Schools Conference Center. And you can come and learn more about the pageant there in person. And again, our first pageant will be held May 20th and 21st in Farmington Hills, Michigan at Harrison High School. So
All right.
that's how you can find out about the pageant and come out and check it out, watch it. If you don't want to participate, come and watch it. Again, the website again is www.metrodetroitpageants.com. My phone number is 313-433-8930 if you have any direct questions for me. And we're also on Twitter and social media. Facebook, Facebook is Metro Detroit Pageants, and Twitter is MMD Queen USA.
Queen USA.
Yes.
And I did visit the website, and it's awesome. As I told
you.
I love the colors, and I saw.
You want it to be pleasing
and I
to the
saw
eye.
this Khristian on there, which is
Yes.
beautiful.
Try to have a little bit of my
Yes.
journey and my background
Yes,
on there
it
as
was
well.
awesome.
So they can
That's
see
awesome.
that, this isn't new to me. I've done it. I've been in their shoes, so I know what they're going to experience. And this was good to have that
good to
so
have.
people can see and parents will know that they're in good hands.
Oh, that's great. Khristian, thank you so much for coming and sharing
Thanks, Barbra.
all of what you're doing and what's coming up for the pageants, and most of all the investment that you're doing in our women. And we need that so much today.
Yes.
So thank you again for coming.
Thanks, Barbra, for having me. Appreciate it.
This is Heart Expression with Barbra, and we will see you